Hi, and welcome to another episode of 5D%'s Carpenter, a World of Darkness story. We are continuing the story tonight, and our storyteller, as always, here is Devin.
Is game I make, they play. Let's go. So, couple of things up top. There are a couple of rule changes that I just want both players and viewers alike to be aware of. So before we started, we were using the original World of Darkness setting and rules, and there were some updates made to the game, but unfortunately I didn't get to see those updates till a couple days before we started, and I wasn't as familiar. So we'll be rolling those in kind of slowly and as they make sense. The first edition will be the addition of the door system, opening doors for social situations. You guys will see some of that tonight, so that's what all of that will be and why it'll look a little bit different. The second thing is a bigger change, and unfortunately it means we got to do some retroactive dice rolling, but that is just fine. What we're going to do is we're going to replace the morality system with the integrity system, and the better way to think about integrity is to think about it as mental integrity. Every time our reluctant, I don't even want to call them heroes, our players, these assholes, every time they run into something that is a little too much for your average Joe to encounter, they're going to have to make sure that their minds can stand up to seeing the really, really horrible things that lurk in the night. So probably a few of these rolls should have been made already, but we're going to scrub most of that with the exception of 3 players who kind of got hit with 3 supernatural whammies all kind of stacked up on top of each other. So based on getting curse marks, talking to a literal spirit entity, and meeting a kind of horrifying figure falling through a weird door that moved its place in space, all of that after fighting weird bug-like creatures in mist. Unfortunately, I do have to say, Dr. Grudge, Rudolph, and I believe the other one who was there with them, Sky, who was there for the demons. I'm going to have to ask all of you guys to make me a roll. You guys are going to do resolve plus composure.
Bullshit
and
on the
then
shingle.
we're going to go from there.
Resolve plus composure. All right.
Oh boy.
All right, when you're ready.
Okay, give me 1 second. Just gonna see if I can pull up. Clifton, you don't happen to have the mechanic for starting integrity, or is it exactly the same as morality?
I believe it is exactly the same as morality. I think it's how it starts at 7.
Okay, so just make sure all of you guys are at 7 morality. You can cross out the word, call it integrity, or just remember it in your heads, but just know that you have that.
I think.
So we're not going to start you guys super harsh. It's not going to be ridiculously hard, but there is a level of difficulty to this. Eduardo, how many successes?
Just the one.
1 success. Okay. Rudolph, how many successes?
9.
9 successes.
0. Sorry.
Oh, geez. Okay. And Sky, how many successes?
2.
2. Okay. And that's fair because you didn't have a couple of the experiences the other players did. It actually makes a lot of sense. Dr. Grudge, Rudolph, both of you are going to take a temporary condition for this. It was a lot, but again, because we're going to retcon it in, I don't want to go too harsh on you guys. So for right now, you guys are just going to be drained.
All right. What does that mean?
Needs a nap.
Yeah, basically you're going to take penalties on anything that's really physical.
All right. So
and I will let you know what those.
So I get to be a fat kid in real life and a fat kid in the game.
A winded kid. Think of yourself as winded.
Question, Devin.
Wind.
Mm-hmm.
Like a fat kid.
Because we're retconning this, when this would have happened, at least for Clifton, we went to the bar and he fulfilled his...
Virtue and Vice will restore willpower, and willpower isn't what's changed. Morality has.
Okay. When you restore willpower, does that not how does that, would that have affected his like winded feelings for just being like,
No.
I'm gonna take a nap.
No.
I'm gonna slowly drink my alcohol.
No, it would not. With the way these kinds of conditions work. Now, so draining too much willpower will add negative conditions, if you will. It makes you tired. If you run out of willpower, you essentially pass out. So though they're similar trains of thought, it's a different cause that's doing it. So no, it does not restore anything. In
Cool.
This case.
All I wanted to know.
Yep. Absolutely no
And-
problem.
And
So,
integrity is harder to recover too.
Yes, integrity
Question-
is a bit harder. Go ahead, Sky.
Question for me. They can also probably refresh the viewers on.
Sure.
How do you lose a willpower point? Because you never clarified that with me.
Oh, willpower is actually spent. So using any of the weird psychic abilities that the characters have picked up will cost them a willpower. Or if you just want to improve on a roll. So, hey, my dice pool is only going to be 3. I'd really like to have an extra 1 or 2 die. You can expend willpower to add another die to that pool.
Is it only
Okay.
1? I thought it was 3 dice per 1 willpower.
I can double check that.
All right, so
While I'm double checking that, where we left off, we're actually going to do what we normally do and back up a little bit. You guys were discussing your final plan on what you'd like to do next. I believe most of the plan revolved around breaking into Carla's house to take a look at Shelly's room, while somebody else kind of kept Carla, made sure Carla stayed at the bar, really.
well now I don't know if that's such a good idea because I'm so damn tired.
But you're telling me that you're so tired that you don't want to keep
Stay
her
at a
beautiful
bar and keep
attention.
drinking.
No,
And keep talking to a beautiful woman.
I'm not doing that. Y'all bitch so much. Grudge decided he was going with you. Someone else can stay behind. So y'all keep the lady entertained, and Connor could steal the keys from her wallet or purse or something, and I'm gonna go break into this goddamn house with you.
I'm not staying here. I want to see more supernatural shit.
Well, it looks like Squid's staying.
I think it was Squid and Rudolph.
That's right.
To be fair, I'm not going to steal a key.
Why not?
I'm just going to break in.
Wouldn't it be easier if you had the key?
Well, yeah, but I don't want to fuck it up and let her know that I have the fucking key or I'm trying to steal a key. I just built up a good rapport with her. I'd like to keep that.
All right.
So, according to what I'm reading right here, spending willpower, spending a temporary will point, will cause 1 success on a dice roll. You can spend temporary willpower to avoid a primal reaction of some sort, or you can spend a temporary willpower to ignore some of the conditions of damage.
So like
if you're
downgrading
damaged-
from lethal to bashing?
More the penalties you take from damage can be reduced. You don't heal anything, but you get to ignore the penalty per willpower point spent.
As you take
Also-
more damage, you take more negatives to your rolls.
Yes.
Is my bashing damage gone now?
You guys have not rested. You have not healed the bashing damage yet. It's unfortunately not that quick in this game. It's pretty much like you got to have some sort of ancient Chinese secret herbal remedy that I give you, or go take a nap. And you guys are still on the first night. Nobody's broken for a rest yet.
It's
Yeah.
still early in the first night.
Yeah, it's 10:30 maybe at this point.
Yeah, I do nothing with bashing. It's lethal and above that I do things with.
Yeah, bashing. There's not really much recovery you can do other than sleep it off.
You got a bit of a bruise, and that's about it.
Oh, okay. I didn't understand the mechanics.
Yeah. You're bruised. You're beaten up a bit. So it'll take a bit
Lethal
to
is
rest.
when there's actual blood involved. Bashing is just like,
Lethal's when there's lethal's when there's blood. Aggravated is when there's chunks.
yes.
Let's
hope we don't get to aggravated anytime soon. Let's put it that way.
So
I
the
agree.
plan is, who is staying behind here? It's Sky and Squid,
No, Rudolph and Squid.
Rudolph and Squid. Okay, if that's going to be the plan folks are sticking to, the folks who are leaving will leave, and we're actually going to open up inside the bar with Rudolph and Squid. your guys' goal is to try and stall Carla for as long as you can. What would you like to do?
Well, I'll
Hold a
tap.
gun to her head. No, I'm sorry.
I'll tap Rudolph on the shoulder, and we'll walk out of the back room that Carl so graciously let us use, and walk over to the bar and sit down in front. Sit down at the bar, the far end of the bar, just kind of between the two of us.
Sure.
And I'll turn and look at him and go, "How you doing, buddy?" This is actually to Rudolph, not to Carl or to Carla.
Yeah.
Just sit down. It's kind of like I've noticed that it seems like he was a little drained. Then there was the weird thing in the library where he walked away. I just want to check in on him a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm feeling a little better, but still just so fucking tired. There's just been too much tonight,
That's perfectly understandable.
Oh. You remember that creepy demon thing?
What?
Oh,
Are you talking about In the Mist?
yeah, that one too. It was awful.
Or are you talking about the other one that you guys had to deal with?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it was all awful. It's just, no.
I'll stick my hand up slightly and look over towards Carla, see if she's paying any attention, see if I can get her to come over. Just as you do in a bar when you're trying to flag down somebody's attention.
So you're going to try and flag down Carla?
Yeah.
Yeah, she comes by and, hey, what can I get for you guys?
I didn't see Carl behind the bar. I was just wondering if we could get another round.
Yeah, give me a sec. And she walks off behind the bar to put in the order.
Awesome.
Do they do food here? Out of character?
That's actually a question you'd have to ask her. I don't remember. I think they have a kitchen in the back, but I think it's like a small one.
I'm not sure if Rudolph would know, is what I'm asking.
I thought you were asking me in character.
This is the kind of bar where the food is very clearly displayed on a section of the bar. So there's food in the sense that there's a rack of chips, and there's one of those old not even the rotisserie where you see the dog spinning. It's just the hot case where there's a foil wrapped hot dog in there.
Okay.
And that's chips, hot dogs, If you ask for the special, you might get a surprise kind of thing.
Maybe nachos with microwave cheese.
Right. You've been to this bar. You know what I'm talking about.
Hot wings that are not so hot.
Or unbelievably chemically hot, not spicy hot.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
So in a hushed voice, Rudolph turns to Squid and he says, how are we going to keep her occupied? Do you have any ideas? I mean, other than just buying more alcohol, which I'm always up for, but...
Do you say it loud enough where I can hear this?
You
We
guys
all
have
left.
Oh, we already left?
Yes.
Yeah, you guys are taking off.
Oh.
I'll kind of shake the ice in my glass around a little bit and turn and mutter back quietly to him. It's just play it by ear. We'll see how it goes, and we can probably take care of this. I'm not too worried. Maybe we can draw her into a conversation or something.
So, a couple of minutes go by. Carla comes back with your guys' drinks.
Hey Rudolph, you said you were hungry earlier?
Yeah. What do you guys have to eat here, Carla?
It's mostly just chips and hot dogs.
Oh.
And if you ask Carl for the special, he'll crush up some Fritos and put what he calls chili on top of it.
Ooh.
My recommendation is not to ask for the special.
Okay. So, you make these hot dogs in-house, or?
Make is probably a little extreme, but we do heat them up here.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I was mostly joking.
You put the chili on the hot dog, though.
I'll take a bag of Sun Chips or something. Yeah.
Okay. Can you remind me the name on the tab?
Oh,
It's my tab. I'll speak up. It's me.
Thank you.
Got it. And she'll walk off. This is the worst social encounter ever because there are long pauses where legitimately she has to be off making a hot dog.
Yeah, sorry.
Good for wasting time, though. Good for wasting time.
So,
seriously, man, I haven't talked to a woman since my last wife. What the fuck are we doing to do?
she's actually just going to walk behind the bar. The hot dogs are pretty much, ready and everything. A bag of Sun Chips isn't exactly hard. She's going to pull down a bag of Sun Chips and actually a bag of Doritos and toss one at each of you and go, don't worry about it.
Thanks, Carly.
Oh,
Um,
class act.
And then shortly after she throws you guys the bags, Carl is going to walk back in and, you know what? It's pretty dead in here, Carla. You can probably just go home.
And she says,
No, she's like, yeah, fair enough.
Hey, actually, Carla, we were hoping you might be able to help us with something.
Okay.
Do you have a minute to sit and talk?
I mean, I guess I have a minute.
Yeah. This shouldn't take too long.
What's up?
So, we've been trying to find this woman. We already talked about this a bit, but I was wondering if you'd ever seen this symbol, and I draw as best as I can recall the symbol that we saw, the sigil.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I hate you for saying sigil. So look at it for a second. No, it doesn't look familiar.
No? You never saw it around her, or maybe
Shelly.
sorry, thank you. Around Shelly, or never saw it written on anything she had or anything like that.
Not that I recall.
Not seen it anywhere near the library, maybe.
Oh, I'm not big on the library, but no time I've ever passed it.
Why is that, Carla?
Why have I never seen it? Probably.
No, I know. I'm
Nobody's
sorry. I
ever
mean,
put it
why aren't you big on the library? Is there something you've been avoiding it?
Not much of a reader.
I'll quickly interject into the conversation, put my hand on Carla's shoulder and pull Aiden slightly and whisper to her ear. I'm going to tell you right now real quick, Carla, my friend thinks you're cute, but he doesn't really know how to go about saying that. He's just kind of nervous. He's got an ex, he's been in the dating game in a while. And I pushed him to talk to you because I think it'd be good for him if you're willing to humor us. Because I don't remember. I apologize. I don't remember if you were actually seeing anyone. But I'm trying to boost his confidence a little bit.
So go ahead and roll me manipulation and expression.
Expression?
You were trying to convey
That's a
something to her.
Social skill -1 unskilled. But manipulation. Okay.
Manipulation and that, yes.
What's the deal with willpower points if I want to boost it?
You can force a success by spending a willpower on it.
Cool. 10. 7. Okay,
Well, your 10 you get to roll again because it explodes.
okay, right. 8.
Okay, so 2 successes.
And I'll blow willpower.
3.
Yeah, because you did fail 1. That's fair. No, thank you. I do know 2 plus 1.
Well, you
Math
look deep
is
in
hard.
More thinking, so it's force a success on a die, and to my interpretation, if you have 2 die, you roll a success on each. I personally don't feel you can spend a willpower on that because you've achieved the maximum number that you've rolled.
Right.
But in his case, he did
fail
have
one,
a
we can
failure.
do
It was the explode that gave him the second
Cool.
success.
That's good to
Yes,
know.
That is 3. That is my interpretation. If you'd like to argue
That's
it,
actually-
we can
like,
discuss
that's
it
a
later.
small thing, but it's good for the rest of us to know.
I like it.
Okay, she'll kind of look at you for a second and go, okay, I guess I can hang out for a minute. Anything for a loyal customer, right?
I'll whisper to her, hey, I know it's asking a lot. I really appreciate it. It's been a weird night, and I just trying to trying to turn it around a little bit. You know what I mean?
Clifton.
Yes.
I just had to pull something out of my ass. Sorry, metagaming right now. I went with something, dude.
Yeah, no. So here's my issue: is that this is not a previously discussed plan, and I now need to know if Rudolph knows what you're trying to put down.
Right.
Does wits and empathy, does that work for everybody?
Makes
I'm
sense.
sorry, I didn't tell you. It just came out of my mouth.
Yeah,
I'm just assuming that there's a wink involved. And...
Give me a wits and empathy roll and let me know if you're picking up kind of, because you can clearly see him whispering in her ear, like you guys are fucking 2 feet from each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's that look that you get when you're whispering in the ear, and then they look over. And
he's giving you that eye. You got to pick up that eye.
Right, and remember,
he's giving you the bedroom eyes.
Right? You're a
Let's see if I
sexy
can
man.
shake my
Aren't
awful
social
luck.
encounters fun?
Right, you're a sexy man, right? Like you're
Something.
striking, if I remember correctly.
Oh, I'm having horrible luck.
None?
None.
Yeah, I'm just going to need you to carry on with your conversation, not knowing that he is intentionally setting you up as hitting on her.
Yeah. Yeah. So this is going to be a very awkward.
Yeah.
All right.
What you think?
This is now very one-sided.
Late to the dating game. You haven't done it in a while. You're not.
Yeah,
You're not,
it's plausible. I'll give you that.
Right.
Except he knows none of that.
Right. He doesn't need to know none of that.
Yeah.
He'll figure it out eventually.
Maybe.
Not with that dice roll, he won't.
Oh god. I'm just trying to figure out where to go from there.
Where do we go now?
Where do we go now?
Stop.
I'm having trouble like imagining what I'll say here, but he's
Just
going to
go with
sort
it.
of what?
Just go with it.
Oh yeah, okay. So he's going to start like dissecting the symbol in terms of like as anything that he knows about occult symbology. Which is not a whole lot.
Yeah,
But-
roll me intelligence and occult to see what he can pull out of what he remembers of the symbol. I would
Okay.
show it to you guys right now, but I actually gave it to a buddy of mine who does a lot of Photoshop and painting work. He's gonna do me higher res, so I don't have to hold it up anymore. He's gonna get me scans of it that are like cleaned up, so I can send them to you guys.
Nice.
But
So far, this sounds like Sheldon trying to hit on a girl.
yeah,
Essentially,
kind of.
yeah.
Yeah. Minus the
That
physics.
everybody likes Rudolph.
Well done. I hate to admit it, I'm a fan of that show. I like it. Unapologetically.
All right.
Is this where you're succeeding?
You're succeeding in your roles now. Four
Yeah, four
successes.
successes.
4 successes.
Whips out a bunch of occult knowledge. Blah blah blah.
Yeah. So what you can remember, like just based on the bits of this that you've read and seen in movies and stuff, you strongly feel that it's a cipher for something. Like maybe there's a hidden message or picture or something within the symbol. And the line of questioning you're going to give to her is something along the lines of like, does it look like anything to you? Does it represent anything in the city? Do you get a feeling from it? You know, you're swinging at left field, but weirdly that left field works for you. Like this adds up.
So, I mean, looking at this symbol, it seems like there's some sort of hidden message hidden here. I'm just hoping that there's something in here that resonates with you, something you've seen, something you've heard, something just in your everyday life.
I don't know. It kind of looks like those loud metal bands, you know, all the stuff that their logos and things. There's a club that plays that kind of stuff, you know, other side of town.
Yeah.
I think he works there.
Oh yeah. Have you ever been there?
Yeah, that's my spot.
Yeah, I see the flyers. It all looks. Do you know this symbol? Maybe it's one of those bands who's played there.
I'll chuckle and look and I go, no, it's not any of our band logos. I can totally see the similarity of what you're talking about, though.
Maybe somebody from out of town.
Maybe.
The great touring magic demon. Striking
Sounds like
crowds
some
with it.
stoner metal.
Yeah. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, doom metal. Bow down before your gods. Bong.
Wow.
Hella reverb.
Hella reverb is my new stop. Just to be totally counter to all of it.
So yeah, Devin, how much of this do you really want us to roleplay? Because
Oh no, there is method to this madness. Don't you
Okay.
worry. It's actually at this point she's gonna go. Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't really know anything about it. But I'm gonna get going. You know, I got a half night and I don't want to waste it.
Your turn.
I really hope your character actually said this.
Yeah, me too. It's glorious.
He didn't actually say. He just sort of like shot this little panicked look at Squid.
Bedroom eyes again.
Like as she goes to like turn and get up, I'm gonna look at him and be like, dude.
Wait.
I'm gonna pull him in real close, and I was like, dude, I literally just told her what I was whispering into her ear is that you're new to the dating game again recently, and that you're trying to you know, like that you thought she was cute and you didn't really know what to say anything about her, and now she's walking away. You totally fucked that up, bro.
Carla, I'm sorry. I'm horrible at small talk. I try to look for little things that I can just sort of initiate a conversation with, but it's clearly not working.
I'm gonna nudge him again and say, flash with a winning smile, and then say, I gotta use the bathroom. I'll be right back, and I'm gonna go take a piss.
Okay,
So
Clifton.
it's gonna be an hour.
Between all of that, roll me empathy and manipulation.
Okay. What was my empathy? 2. Oh boy, that's another one of these.
At least it's not a chance die.
Give me a second. Another 4 successes.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, I get that. You know, it's hard being in a new town and talking to people. I get it, and she'll sit back down.
Have you lived here? Have you lived here long?
Born and raised, unfortunately.
To be honest, so have I. But I feel like it's a new place. Just you know, I've been sort of in my own world for so long. You know.
Well, give it a couple years, and there's some new tragedy, and everything about the town changes every time. Hell, I can remember when the school didn't have metal detectors in it.
Oh man. Yeah. I mean, the world gets darker and darker, like some sort of world of darkness.
You get no points for that.
The hot dog machine explodes and ends your character's fucking misery. That's what happens.
Oh, that's so fucking good.
You're the fucking worst. You're the worst. I hate you
Sorry.
so much.
That was amazing.
Yeah, I guess.
Goddamn Debbie Downer.
I'm gonna walk into the bathroom, and as like I'm like coming back from the bathroom, he can see me and she can't because of where they're sitting. I'm gonna go like,
You don't get to tell me how this fucking building is laid out, you piece of shit. I tell you how this building is laid out.
God complex.
He is smiling, by the way.
You're fine.
So he's just like.
I'm gonna walk over past them and start chatting to Carl.
I know we've only just met, but you seem like the sort of person that I could really be honest with, you know?
Clifton, go ahead and roll me manipulation and empathy again.
Alrighty.
A manipulation roll for an honesty.
Because he dropped the
Because
goddamn
he's
line.
not actually being fucking honest right now.
All right. That's 2 successes.
2 successes. Hey, it's waitress's curse, right? We're here to listen.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. It's so. I know I shouldn't make assumptions like that. I know that you're essentially paid to be nice to people, you know.
Well, I'm not a stripper, so there's a fine line and a distinction.
I mean, not what I meant, but
Yeah, I would hope not.
right.
Clifton, is it weird having to hit on me?
Yeah, super. It helps. The voice helps. You know?
And he's just having to stare at Devin.
You're just so pretty.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Also, I've never actually hit on anyone, so it's weird. I'm essentially just going to have to quote movies from here on out.
No, it sounds like this is training for you.
What we have here is
Hey, I just met you, and this is crazy. No.
Oh my god.
You may be a jock and a nerd and a loner. Sorry.
Yeah.
Whole Breakfast Club.
Yeah, I honestly have no idea where to go from here.
You've got the captive audience, man.
Clearly. Look at all these weirdos.
Wrong audience.
Right. Okay.
You guys like the product placement when I sip my beer? We're not totally looking for a sponsorship. That's all I'm saying.
You get sponsored by whiskey.
Whiskey, just in general, all of them. It's a general tax to us.
Bourbon in particular.
Only the
I
gods.
don't mind a good
Basil
scotch.
Hayden's.
I'll settle for a good scotch.
Oh, I know.
Tastes like feet.
Okay, go ahead, Rudolph.
Not that I don't appreciate the ambiance in here, but would you like to go somewhere? Just take a walk.
Clifton, you're gonna have to send this guy home. Manipulation and manipulation and expression, not empathy, because you were not leveling with her. You're making the go at it, and I gotta say, it's a pretty bold tactic.
Bold move, Cotton.
It's a bold move, Cotton. So just keep that in mind. We're gonna see how
Roll
this plays
high.
out.
Oh, fuck.
Low willpower points.
Why don't you just buy her a drink?
Willpower usage before or after?
Huh?
Do I have
Willpower,
to...
willpower comes after, if I recall correctly. Nothing I've read has said. So I'm actually okay with you guys modifying at the end.
All right.
Because willpower is not easy to get back.
Also, you said it's to make failed rolls succeed, and
Right.
you can't do that until after.
Sure.
All right. Yeah, that's 2 successes.
2 successes. She's just gonna put her hand on your shoulder and go, "Hey, big guy, why don't we keep it in the bar for the first time?"
That's fair.
That's not
Sorry.
a no for later.
Yeah.
I don't mean to push you or make you uncomfortable.
I'll appear as she does. If I can catch the last thing that she said as I walk back over.
Yeah. I mean, this is not like a huge bar by any means.
And I'll put my arm around him and I go, well, you're trying, buddy, and that's what counts. And I'll turn and I'll look at Carla and I'll say, thank you, Carla. I appreciate you going along with that. And I'll turn and look at him and I'll kind of like try and like older brother it a little bit, right? Without being a dick, right? I'm not trying to rub it in. I'm trying to like be helpful.
Really quick, remind me, Clifton, how old is your character?
He is 37.
Squid,
I'm
your
totally
character.
a younger person, but I'm still
Okay.
trying to like older brother it a little bit.
I'm just trying to paint a picture for both myself and the audience.
The tableau is interesting.
It's all good.
And I'll
Why
turn
are there
to
2
Carla and
skies?
say,
It's not hard for.
before you go.
Okay.
Has she already left?
No, she's sitting there. She's just turned you down on like going somewhere else.
Right. Okay, sorry.
With you.
Right.
She kind of wants to go.
Yeah.
Right.
But
Yeah, I
I'll
get what you're saying.
for a
Okay.
drink. I think you're She's been a wonderful server tonight.
Been a wonderful host.
Y'all better tip.
Fat.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
man.
it's different inside the industry, right? Like, if you're working the industry, you tip, and you tip regular, but you also don't get charged as much. You tip more, and you get charged less. At least for all the spots that I go that I know somebody at, if I know the door guy, or I know the lighting guy, or one of the bartenders, or the waiter, or whatever. Hey, Sage's got a mic.
Holy shit, we've seen his face now.
Oh no.
The world is a terrifying place.
And so you end up tipping more to the person, but that's because you care about the people that you're working with. You don't give a fuck about the name of the bar or who owns it, usually.
Sure. I would say it's better to know the bartender than the bar owner. You get a better discount from the guy who's not
fuck yeah.
invested.
Fuck yeah, because then you don't have to listen to the bar owner get trashed and shit talk his staff. Who you actually also probably like.
So I know you don't read books. What are you into?
I don't know, small town like this, into what anybody's into. Movies, friends, sitting at the bar trying to pretend like I don't live in a town filled with serial killers.
I mean,
I'll chuckle at that, and so yeah, you wouldn't be, you'd be kind of surprised about some of the crap that's been happening recently over at Dogs.
Oh, yeah.
I guess it's all of our cross to bear, right? It's what we get for the glorious small town feel.
Yeah. Have you been? So you remember last time you were around? We've been pulling, well, the last couple of years. We've been pulling a lot younger crowd, right? Like, and it's been getting a little like hokey pokey over there, man. Like, they come in, they're kind of touristy sometimes, or they're just growing up, old enough to drink. And some of the crap I'm dealing with at the door over there, like, I know you have to deal with some of the shit over here, but it's not. It's a little different sometimes, because your crowd usually isn't that young, college age, right?
Well, we get our lunch crowd in here during the tourist season,
right?
But mostly it's just Manny drinking anything he can get his hands on. And at that, you'll see Manny at the end of the bar go, "Damn right!"
Trust. Yeah, I remember. The owner over there told me I had to stop letting Manny in.
Yeah, if the owner here came in more, he'd probably ask us to do the same. But between you and me, I just feel really bad for the guy.
I
never
know,
seen
right?
anybody look so sad.
It's like, I don't know, my voice will get a little bit too loud, and then I'll bring it back down again real quick because I got I was trying to empathize with her and be like, dude, it's honestly, I feel like he kind of just needs a hug, and nobody actually wants to get close enough because of the smell of alcohol. Overwhelmed.
Trust me, a habit like that, something happened. That guy's seen some shit.
And poetically timed, but you can tell he's not actually listening to anything you're saying anymore, and yet Manny will still be at the end of the bar and yell out again, "Damn right!" in his eyes, apropos to nothing, but... Anything else? You guys want to tap out?
Can we get a rotation over to them so we have time to come up with more stuff?
That's not how this is gonna work, you guys. So there is mechanics in place that you guys can't see.
Right.
Okay.
So
fair enough. Okay. I had to ask, Greg. I don't know until you ask.
So listen, Carla, I really appreciate you sitting down and talking to me with like this. It's been a huge help, and I don't know. I'm feeling like I need to run and hide in a shell again, but it's sort of a good feeling. I don't know if you can relate.
I'll nudge him in the shoulders real quick, and I'll be like,
"You're gonna have to roll me manipulation and empathy on that one."
Alrighty. Eventually, I won't have to look up what these values are anymore.
You'll just remember them.
Yeah. Empathy.
I just want to call out advice right now so bad.
You will shut your mouth and
I know.
There's
Best,
like
I,
so many
best I
easy
can do is
things.
be the peanut gallery.
Ah,
Oh, damn it.
Devin, do you have a problem with us PMing suggestions to the players because metagaming?
Don't do
The
that.
players, yes, I do.
Okay.
I got one success.
One success. She's gonna look at you and go, you know, big guy, I think you're kind of a lightweight. You guys have yourself a good night. I'm going to enjoy what's left of mine. And at that, she's just gonna get up and walk out.
Before she makes it to the door, I stand up and eat shit.
Like literally?
No,
Face
like
plant.
I stand up and like fall over on purpose.
I get you.
shit.
You're gonna have to roll manipulation and that's mental. Athletics. That's the only way to pull that off that I can see.
Order. Oh, this could end up being awful.
We've gone full Three Stooges here.
Dexterity.
I mean, full retard went out the window a while ago.
Smaller dice pool, 2 successes.
2 successes. You actually pull off a decent pratfall. Unfortunately, she's pretty dedicated at leaving at this point. She doesn't even turn to see it. She walks out. So, at this point, we are going to switch focus over to our break-in. But, you know, we're pretty close to the hour mark. We're going to switch focus. I'm going to take a quick bathroom break. You guys can grab a quick cigarette break or whatever. We'll be back in just a sec.
I quit again.
So he says.
Oh, hey, look at you. For a half second, I thought you were quitting the podcast, and I was like, that's a weird point to quit at.
And we're back from the break.
Okay. So jumping over to the players who are actually still on screen. So at this point, you guys have, you know, traveled out. You
Hold on. Oh, sorry. Quick thing.
Yeah.
Like, I wanted to try and make a suggestion to the rest of the people that we're going with.
Okay. Yeah, on the car ride there, you can
Well,
say.
like before we even got in the car, though.
Yeah,
like,
I thought we were gonna like slit her tires.
That was my thought.
Yeah, that's what I was
In
thinking.
case they fail.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, you're gonna have to roll me. What is that? Larceny and dexterity.
I got it.
What am I hearing in the background?
I think it's Squid, but I think he doesn't realize we can hear him.
3 successes.
3 successes. Yeah, I mean it's not a very packed bar. You walk up, pop your knife into the tire a couple of times, and just kind of keep walking as you go, and then make a loop back around to the car with everybody. I take it everybody else is like waiting there with them.
I was gonna tell everyone, hey, let's all take 1 car. How does that sound? Less cars? That sounds good to me. It's less shit for people to see when we get there. Everyone agree? 1 car?
I believe we came here in the 1 car.
No, I thought. Oh, you're right. No. Well, we have 2, right?
Yeah, there's 2 cars.
Grudge's
All right.
car and Rudolph's car. Rudolph's truck.
No, Jack drove you and I.
It's
So
Rudolph
Yeah, that's what I'm
and
saying.
Jack's car.
Yeah, so Jack's car.
Grudge's car is not here. It's just Rudolph and Jack's.
I don't know. I feel like we should have 2 vehicles to have a backup plan in case.
But you would have
disagree.
to have
That's
Rudolph's.
wrong.
Hold on. Let's go over some logistical shit right now. Neither of you has Rudolph's keys. The only car available to you is Jack's car.
All right.
unless you hotwire it.
You're right. Which is an option. I'm just saying that's what you have available.
I strongly disagree. Number one, that's going to take too long, and I don't know how many people here can do it. I can, but I don't want to fucking do it. And number 2, that's more attention that's going to be drawn to the fucking place we're going. And
Fair
I
enough.
already have all the tools I need to get into that fucking house in Jack's car. So I vote we take 1 car because it's less suspicious.
All right. I
Then
guess
let's
we're
do it.
taking the 1 car.
Let's go.
Cool.
Okay. So, a couple of minutes pass by. Carla doesn't live, she actually lives like walking distance from the bar, part of why she works here. It's very convenient. You guys got the address from Squid. So you were outside of, small 1-story, best you can tell from the outside, like 2, maybe a 3rd bedroom, 1,700 square foot, little blue house.
Okay. Was Carla saying, and mostly because I can't remember, but I know that I talked to Carla before. Was Carla saying that Shelly's room was like in her home, or was it like a separate kind of
From what she told you, she just called it her back room.
back?
So that's the most detail you got about it.
Can I see from the street if there's like another kind of like garage or extra like thing attached to her house or anything, or is it just like a simple home?
As far as you can see, no, there doesn't appear to be anything in the backyard.
Alright. Is there like a path to go around the side of the house without having to go into the house?
So the front would be very traditional looking. It's just the door in like the center of the house, flat on both sides. Doesn't look like there's much of a side yard on your left, but on your right, yeah, there's like a gate and a side yard.
As we're pulling up, Connor's gonna unzip his duffel bag.
I'm
Which
glad
has,
that ended with duffel bag.
Yeah.
Huh?
I
I'm
thought it
glad
was
that
going to
ended
be
with
his
duffel
pants.
yeah, unzip his fly. No. He's gonna unzip his duffel bag and he's going to pull out. So he has 2 ski masks in his duffel bag,
Okay.
among other shit that he has in there. And Devin, if you want me to send you the stuff that he has in there, I can send it to you.
You should have uploaded that on Box, but I'll take your word for it for now.
Okay, well it's written on my sheet, so I can just show that to you if you want. But
You just put it on Box later. For now, you're
Okay.
fine. I believe
it's
in you.
nothing crazy.
Box,
but,
please sponsor us.
Sponsored by Box. Officially brought to you by Box. Now they have to.
Okay, so Connor's gonna put on a ski mask and his gloves from out of his pocket, and he's going to just leave the bag like slightly unzipped, and he's gonna be like, "Okay, so who's going in and who's staying in the car? Because somebody's got to stay in the car in case we need to make a quick getaway."
Which one of us can drive?
I can drive. I'll do it.
All right, I
Hell
guess
yeah.
Guy's the getaway driver.
Well, I guess, okay, so long as you don't fuck up my shit, or I'll make you pay for it.
Yeah, I like that you all just voted somebody who's not the owner of the car.
Well, they volunteered.
Yeah.
I guess I'll hang out outside, be the lookout.
Sounds fucking great. Okay, who's going in with me then?
I guess I'm the only one left to go in with you.
Okay, so he hands you a ski mask.
Got an extra set of gloves?
I do not.
Okay, that's fine. I open up my doctor's bag and
I was
pull
about
out
to
some
say,
latex gloves.
I've got my big lab gloves. You want some of these?
Nah, it's all right. I got gloves. I'm good.
All right, so Connor, with you leading the way into this house, paint a picture for me. What am I seeing?
All right. Is there like a side gate, like that would lead to like a backyard or something?
Yeah, on the right, your right-hand side, there is a side.
Okay. And at the front of the building, is there a front door that is there like a porch light on the front door, or is it just black?
There's a front door kind of right in the center-ish of the house, and there's a porch light on above it.
Okay.
So what you would see is kind of, you're looking at the house. The very, very far right of the house is the side yard and actually the driveway kind of off of the house. So you could pull all the way up next to the house. And in front of that would be the gate that would lead into the backyard. And then there's a path up the left of that into about the center of the house. So past one window at the center of the house is the doorway.
Now, before we get this ball rolling, real quick, is this a dead-end street? Is this a thoroughway? What are we looking at?
It's a through street, but it's not a major street. You're probably, let me think of the neighborhood. You're probably one street in from a major, so you'd turn off the major street onto this and then sheet 3 or 4 houses in.
Okay. So my suggestion would be to have the car turned around and facing back to the main street, so if we need to bolt in a hurry, we can just smash out.
Sounds fucking good.
So Sky, you can handle that easy enough. You know, as you guys get out of the car. Grudge, you are getting out of the car as well.
Yeah, I'll be standing by the front door.
By the front door.
I would suggest maybe just standing by the car, not by the front door. It looks less suspicious that way. Attracts less attention.
Fair enough.
I mean, I'm not gonna tell you what to do, but that's your call.
So it sounds to me, Connor and Jack get out of the car, Sky and Grudge in the car. Sky's going to go turn the car around really quick, face it the other direction, and then Grudge will step out of the car and mill about.
Let's see just how good of a driver she claims she is.
Yeah, no, the turning around the car, you know, everything looks on the up and up. It's no big deal. She doesn't like squeal it out in the middle of the street. Well, Sky, just really quick, how many points do you have in drive?
1.
No, yeah, you're good enough to turn a car around in a street without me having to make you make a roll.
That's like a normal driver, right?
Right. And 1 is an average driver, so you're fine. You're fine. That's an average maneuver. You're good.
Make me roll for it. Make it. If I get a 1, it's just horrible.
I don't want you to botch it this early on. So 1 is good enough.
What's the signal in case things get a little hinky out here?
Caw.
We all have cell
men
phones.
standing in front of a house. Caw, motherfucker.
Yeah, but there still should be some sort of like code word where I don't have to send you a whole fucking message. I could just be like,
milk steak.
Milk steak.
All right, I don't get it, but I guess
Neither do I.
Milk steak it is. If you get milk steak, that means there's trouble.
Run for your life.
You should get out. If you get pumpernickel, that means you're good. Keep going.
Hell yeah.
Pimpernickel?
Yep. I said it. I'm not sorry.
Pumpernickel? I like pumpernickel better.
I said pumpernickel.
So where we are at, Sky and Dr. Grudge are turning around. Grudge's gonna get out. Connor and Jack, you guys are in front of the house.
Quick question: can I see whether? So I can see that. So there's a front door kind of in the center of the house.
Yep.
With center porch light shining right above it. Are there windows on the front?
There's 2 windows on the front, 1 before the door, 1 after the door.
Okay. Other question: are there security cameras?
Roll me investigation and wit.
Okay, so Connor's gonna tap all of them and be like, "Look for cameras. If you see one, tell me."
The only one you can tack right now is Jack.
Okay.
And actually, you'll roll me wits. You're gonna roll investigation and intelligence, not wits. Sorry, intelligence, investigation, intelligence.
Okay.
Ignore other things I've said. Focus on this.
2 successes.
3 for me.
Oh yeah, as far as you can see now, there's no cameras.
Okay.
Any lights on inside the windows from what we can see?
From what you can see, no.
Any cars parked in the driveway?
Nope.
And one final, kind of ridiculous but possible. Is there any signs up warning beware of dog?
Oh, yes, I do.
No, not that you can see.
All right. So Connor is gonna say to Jack, all right, so let's stick to the dark side over here. We're gonna move real slow. I'm gonna have you wait right here. I'm gonna like hop over this fence real quick, or just go. There's a side door, right? Like a yard door, or do I have to hop over the fence?
As far as you can see, there's a fence that leads up the side of the house. You don't know if there's a side door or a back door.
No, but I mean, like, you know how like some of like the backyard is like on some houses they're fenced off and there's like a gate door. There's no gate door or anything. I can just walk around the back of the house.
Oh no, yeah, no. There's like a fence and a gate.
Okay, so is the gate locked?
So you're gonna walk up to the house. To walk up to the house, you're gonna need to roll me dexterity and stealth.
Okay, I can't like see whether the gate has a lock from here or whether there is a
From
gate.
here, no. It's one of those things like you can see a string that you can pull on.
All right. Okay, I'm going to actually, yeah. So I'm going to walk up to the gate, but I'm not going to open it yet. I'm just going to walk up first.
You need to roll me dexterity. I mean, if you're just gonna walk up, you can just walk up. Not saying something happens.
1 success.
1 success. Okay.
And can I listen to see if I hear like a dog or anything at the gate?
Yeah, you don't hear anything as you're walking up.
Okay. I'm gonna try and pull on the string quietly.
While he's moving up to check the gate, I'm going to look over at the neighbor on that side of the house and see if that neighbor happened to open the blinds or at least look in our general direction.
Roll me an investigation and intelligence again. Colin, you pull on that string. It side gate opens up. There's no lock on it.
Cool. I'm going to stealth into the backyard.
Okay. Jack, what did you get?
2 successes.
2 successes. As far as you can see, no. That you're talking about the house on the right, the house on the side you guys are approaching from?
Yes.
Yeah.
Making sure that she's happened to just not be looking that way or anything.
Yeah. No, not nothing that you can see.
Okay.
All right. Can Jack see me from where I'm at?
Where have you walked up to by the point of him opening the gate, Jack?
I was just I would say probably like on the sidewalk waiting for him to approach in because he wanted to go first and take point.
Okay. Yeah, so by the time he can see you kind of go in through the gate, but keep in mind it's late. There's not a light on the side of the house or on the neighbor's house, so it's dark. So as he's starting to walk into that gate, you are starting to lose sight of him.
Okay.
And then Dr. Grudge, from where you're at across the street, you definitely can't see Connor anymore, but you can still see Jack on the sidewalk across the way. And then same for you, Sky. You can pretty much see what Grudge sees with a little bit of a disadvantage of just like being in the car and having a limited view.
I like to keep an eye out on the neighbors' windows in case lights come on or any sort of commotion.
Okay. So you're just kind of looking in front of you, the couple houses on the side, just
correct,
focusing on them. Okay.
Just looking around the neighborhood, making sure I don't see a police car come around the bend or anything like that.
Okay, Sky, what are you doing? Just kind of same thing, keeping a lookout where they're at?
Yeah, I'm just that and checking my cell phone a little bit.
Updating social media.
Gotcha. Okay.
So Jack can see me though from where I'm at.
He's starting to lose sight, but you wouldn't really have a way of knowing that.
Well, at this point, because of what I have, because I carry a flashlight on me, I don't know if you're going to know this or not, but you're going to see me do a series of flicking on and off.
Okay, I was actually going to kind of try and motion back to you, like to follow at this point.
Okay. Which, by the way, does your person actually know Morse code?
No, I doubt he would know
Okay.
that. So
I guess that's a stealth and acrobat or dexterity roll.
For you to flash a light?
No, for me to move silently move up, stealthily move up.
To move up with him, yeah, stealth and dex.
3 successes.
Okay. Yeah, so you move up with him. You kind of move quickly. You're mostly catching up to him. Jack, what are you doing? Or sorry, Connor, what are you doing?
I'm going to kind of creep around the back of the house to look for a back door.
Yeah, so as you get through the back, there's some like shitty Sears on sale, what do you call it? Patio furniture. No like children's playgrounds or anything. A couple of fruit trees, and then against the wall is a sliding glass door.
As I go through through the gate, I'm going to very quietly shut the gate so that it does not look like there's anything off from the street.
Okay, that's fine. So at this point, Dr. Grudge and Sky, you guys are going to lose sight of them because they've shut the gate behind them. You guys no longer have visibility on them specifically. Okay,
All right.
just keep that in mind. Okay, so yeah, you guys are in the backyard. Jack, you'd have no problem seeing exactly what Colin sees. There's a sliding glass door on the back of the house, and there's one window on the back with where you guys are, approaching around the corner and then looking at the back wall. It would go wall, sliding glass door, and then down a few feet, window.
Okay, is the back door open?
Like wide open? No. It's
No, I
closed.
just mean like, is it unlocked?
You can go up and check. You go up, you pull on it. It is indeed locked.
Okay, I'm gonna check the window to see if the window is unlocked.
The window is also locked.
Okay. All right, Connor is going to put his brass knuckles on his right hand, and he's going to rip off a piece of his t-shirt and put it around his hand, and he's going to just try to quietly break out just a small section of the window.
Okay, roll me a larceny and dexterity. So you're trying to hit it with a certain precision here.
Spark plug.
The window shatters out.
Okay, I'm gonna unlock the window and quietly slide it open, and stick my head in, and just peer inside.
What you see inside of there, it's a bedroom set, queen size bed, dresser, nothing really fancy, but there's some art prints up on the wall, like a beach setting and stuff.
All right, I'm going to climb in through the window.
Okay, climb inside. Jack, you gonna follow along behind? Or you gonna stay in the backyard?
No, I'll go ahead and climb in.
Okay. So you both climb in easy enough. You guys are in said room. Against the same wall, door on your left-hand side, closet on your right-hand side, bed is off to your right, dresser is off to your left.
Okay, I'm going to stow my brass knuckles and my torn-off piece of my shirt in my pocket.
Okay.
And I'm going to just kind of quickly and quietly rifle through the room to see if I can find any signs of whose room this might be.
Investigation and intelligence. Jack, you can roll the same if you'd also like to look around.
Yeah, try to speed this up because we have
Devin.
quite a bit of space to take care of.
What's up, Squid?
Point when we were all in
2
the
successes.
he stated that the Shelley Jacobson rented the back room.
Yes.
Okay.
She referred to it as her back room.
Fair.
Yes.
Fair.
Yeah.
Just wanted to remind.
Yep.
So that would be 6 successes for me.
6. Okay, and Connor, you got 2? Yeah, searching this room, you can identify pretty easy. There's some pictures up on the dresser. This is actually Carla's room. Pictures of her and her boyfriend, who is not Carl, for the record. Yearbooks, things like that.
Wrong
All
word.
right,
Need to move.
I'm gonna look over at Jack and be like, "Oh fuck! So a boyfriend might be home.
Maybe.
So if we see him you got a problem with me just like knocking him out real quick?
No, if we see him, yeah, I'll help you pistol whip him into shape.
Cool. All right. I'm going to quietly open up the door to that room and like look out into, I'm assuming, the hallway.
Yep, you open the door, and straight ahead of you is a hallway. It is dark. The best you could make out would be that there is one more door on the right, but then the rest of the hallway you can't see very well.
I have my flashlight on. I'm keeping it kind of covered for the most part, so it's dim light, so that in case if someone's around, they don't see it, but so we can maneuver around in the dark.
Okay. If you're shining the flashlight down the hallway, then you can definitely see there are basically 2 doors on your right and 1 door straight ahead. And then there's a hallway kind of connector going off to the left in front of where the door straight ahead is. So a little bit before that, there's a turn to the left.
Which direction on the hallway like goes towards the back of the house, like to where the?
Well, you've entered from the back of the house, so this is actually technically the only room in the back of the house.
Okay. Is there another door like
well,
right directly across the hallway? Sorry, I didn't understand.
Sorry, so yeah, you've entered from the back of the house, but that is Carla's room, which you can assume pretty easily as it was more colloquialism. The extra room, the spare room, the back room.
Right.
She was renting the spare room. So back is actually Carla's room, and in front of you, looking straight out of this door, is a hallway with 2 doors on the right, 1 door straight ahead, and then down at the end of the hallway by that door straight ahead is just another hallway going left.
Does that hallway going left kind of point towards the front of the house?
Well, so that door straight ahead is the front of the house, and the hallway straight ahead would be when you were outside the right side of the house.
So are there any lights showing underneath any of the doors in this hallway?
Not that you can see, and it's dark enough that that's pretty obvious to see. There's no lights that you can see under any of the doors.
All right, I'm going to try the door directly in front of us.
You're just going to go straight ahead to the door directly in front?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And quietly and gently crack it open.
Yeah, roll me dexterity and larceny for that one.
Larceny, okay.
Larceny is crimey stuff. That skill can also be replaced with the phrase crimey stuff.
You know, from like Crimea.
Yeah, from the Crimean era.
2 successes.
2 successes. Okay. You pop out the door quiet enough. Looking inside that room with your flashlight, there's a desk straight ahead, a couple of bookshelves with, scattered books on it, mostly like trinkets, memorabilia, little pop toys and shit. And then on the wall, like the wall attached to where you've entered from, going to your left, is a closet. Directly, so basically as you walk in, it's a wall on your right. Straight ahead is the window that you would have seen from the front of the house. And then actually, if you walked in and left, there would be another door there.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and shut that door.
Okay, the one you came in from? That's fine. While he's in there looking at that, Connor, where are you at right now?
I'm going to start walking around down the hallway that goes to the left, kind of towards more of the back of the house.
So where he went to the door straight ahead, you're going to bypass the 2 doors on the right and look through the hallway on the left.
Yeah, because that goes more towards the back of the house, right?
No, you're in the back of the house. That'd be going
Everything
towards the
is
front
front
of the house.
Okay, so never mind. Then I will look in the other door to the right.
Okay, you open up the first door to the right. It's a bathroom.
Okay, then I will go around the corner in the hallway.
Okay, so you go around the corner of the hallway. As you walk through the hallway, walking down that hallway to your right, you can see the front door. Next to the front door, so it would be technically in front of you as the door is on your right, but it's offset. It's not directly in front of you, but you can see it easy enough, is another door. To your left is the living room, and in front of you is a wall.
As he's going down the hallway, I noticed that he didn't check the second door after the bathroom, so I'm going to check that door.
Okay. Go ahead. Roll me dexterity
shit, I
and
misunderstood that,
if you're just
sorry.
gonna check it, you go. You
No,
grab
no,
the
no.
handle.
I'm
You
going
wanna
to do it quietly.
Okay. Yeah. Dexterity and larceny.
1 success.
1 success. You go and grab the handle. That door is locked.
I'm going to go, Psst, Connor, quietly.
Connor's gonna wander over.
Back towards where he is. Okay. You head back down towards the hallway. So now it's basically the door straight ahead of you. The door he just went through on your left. The door you came from on your right. Straight ahead of you is this door.
I think Connor instinctively is going to know that it's locked, and he's going to open up his, or he's going to reach into his duffel bag, and he's going to pull out a set of lockpicks.
Okay. You're going to roll me dexterity, larceny, and then +1 or 2 for the lockpick kit. Do you happen to know?
I don't know.
Clifton.
I'm going to assume 1.
Clifton.
Clifton's on mute.
He's muted his mic. He should be able to hear us.
I can hear you. I didn't recognize that you were calling.
Yeah, no, give me 1 second. I'm taking a look.
Do you know what the bonus is for lockpicks, Clifton?
Depends on quality.
What's your skill level in it?
I don't have a skill level in it.
Oh, no, that's just lock picking. Shit.
Maybe skill level in larceny, right?
Yeah, my skill level in larceny is 2.
I can't. You know what? We'll just. You have a 2 in it. You have the kit. We'll just add a dice to it for now because I'm honestly not seeing what a lockpick kit adds.
Where did you
I
get
just
it?
took it for flavor and was going to see if it like helped, but
Yeah, no.
What did you get it out of?
Credit
Colin?
card if you want me to use a credit card.
No.
There's like
it's
4
fine.
different ways you can pick a
Now,
in-house
mostly
door.
what I'm seeing for a lot of these modifiers seem to be a plus. Like even like a pry bar gets you a +1, so we'll call it a +1.
Okay.
Oh, basic lockpicks +1, lockpick gun +2. But I'm guessing these are basic lockpicks.
It's basic.
Oh,
It's
yep.
a gun that shoots lockpicks.
Just shooting
It's
the
actually
lock
a gun
off.
that vibrates a little head up and down inside of a lock.
Yep.
3
Correct.
Call that a clit tingler?
3 successes.
I mean,
So
I agree with
as
you.
you're going through, you can feel when you pick a
It
lock.
unlocks the hole.
Hit, like you can feel a click when you've got it, and you can actually twist and turn with the lockpick kit. There's no click. You're picking through this thing, and there's no click. Go ahead and roll me an investigation and intelligence check really quick. I just want to see if you're actually. You know what? Scrap that. Roll me a straight up wits. This is a thing that you do a lot. Just roll me a straight up wits roll.
Okay, I can't help with this.
No, yeah, this is
1
something he's
success.
doing. 1 success. The lock feels funny. Something about what you're doing is just not matching up with what should be happening.
Does it feel like it's been like worn down, like from a lot of use?
You're not sure. With 1 success, you just know that, like, you know this lock. You've picked this kind of thing 1,000 times, and what you're doing is just not working. It's almost like you're not even hitting the right bits. It like the inside
There's
doesn't.
no tumblers.
It doesn't feel right. You're not sure that it's no tumblers. Just something inside of this lock is not making sense.
Okay, Connor's gonna pull out a credit card and try to jimmy the door open that way.
Okay, roll me
Slide into like the side of the
larceny, dexterity. We'll call it 1 again for a credit card.
Few successes.
2 successes. Not working. Go ahead, roll me the same investigation and intelligence.
Or wits, you mean?
Sorry, yeah. Sorry, that is what we did. Roll me the straight wits. I'm gonna keep doing that. God damn it.
Oh shit. 2 successes.
2. This one you're a little more sure of because this is a straight up thing. The way you're moving the card and the way the door is responding to that, it's wrong. It's not moving the way a door should move.
I'm gonna look over at Jack and be like, I'm just gonna whisper to him, yo, something's fucked up with this door. I think the only way I'm gonna should I try kicking it in? I think this is where we need to go. I have a hunch this is where we need to go.
I tend to agree, but I could try pistol whipping the lock to see if I can break it. Or you could try kicking in the door. Your choice. It's just you've got it locked on one side and it's got its hinges on the other that you're going to have to go through. I really don't want to shoot the lock. That's going to be way too noisy. But...
Yeah, that's a bad idea. Okay. We didn't look in the rest of the house to see if anyone's here that we're going to wake up. Should we do that first, or should we just go for it?
Why don't you check the house, see if there's anyone here? I'm going to check Carla's bedroom and see if I can find a key for the lock.
Good call. All right, I'm going to go back around the hallway and just kind of look around and see if anybody else is in the house.
So as you come through the hallway, you walk forward. I already said before, on the right is the front door. To the very left of the front door, so straight ahead of you, but still off to the right, the hallway doesn't spill out directly against this, is another door. There is a door to the right of the front door, but you can tell that's the room that Jack first searched.
Mm-hmm.
So there's 2 doors into there. To your left, away from all of these doors, opposite end of the room, is the living room, and you can see there's like a wall that ends, and you can go around the other side of the wall, like the room is kind of partitioned straight ahead of you, and up on the right is another.
Okay, I'm going to check that first door you mentioned real quick.
The door to the left of the front door?
Yeah.
Second bathroom.
Okay, then I'm going to kind of peek around the wall.
Peeking around the wall, kitchen.
Okay, no other doors?
Nope.
Okay, then, so I have, to my knowledge, there's nothing else I could check. No, there's no one here.
As far as you can tell, yes.
Okay.
And you don't need to roll. It's dark. There's nobody moving around. You're not seeing anything. And they're not huge rooms.
Okay, then I'm going to go back to Jack, and so there's no one here.
Okay. I did 5 successes to search Carla's room more thoroughly, see if I could find a key that would fit that lock.
Searching Carla's room, you do not find any key. You find a lot of weird shit. Carla's into some kinky shit, but, you know, nothing like judgmental worthy. It's not like furry suits and shit. But,
Good for my boy Rudolph.
Hey.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with furries.
Just
There's
saying
lots of
it's
shit
not that
about
extreme.
Resembles remarks.
That's what it is.
Everyone's afraid of Tim Curry's. Did you ever watch Fun Valley? That shit was terrifying.
Have you ever seen the Legend? That's the only movie where he took off his makeup.
Terrible. Jack, so you found no key in Carla, and you've done like a pretty thorough search. There's nothing that would make you think she has a way into this room.
All right, Connor wants to kick the door down.
Is there, real quick, is there a bat or anything like a heavy blunt object at all that I could find in the place?
She keeps like a souvenir baseball bat next to her bed, but you can tell it's the kind of thing that would like shatter after hitting something with it once.
No, that's not going to be good enough for that lock. Okay.
I think one thing that Connor first is going to do is, since this is kind of like a weird door, can I try and roll an occult check on this? Like, does this seem like something kind of creepy and out of the ordinary?
If you just want to take a closer look at the door, like there's no reason to just roll occult. As for like looking at it, it's a door. You know what I mean? There's no like weird shimmer, or, like it's a door. But if you want to take a closer look at the door, you can always roll an investigation check.
I also want to investigate the lock itself.
Investigation and what?
Investigation intelligence. It'll be the same for both of you. Colin looking at the door, or sorry, Connor looking at the door, Jack looking at the lock.
2 successes.
2.
Five successes.
5 successes looking at the lock. It's a lock. It's a really generic lock. Like this is the kind of thing you could buy at Home Depot and install.
Okay, fuck this shit. I'm gonna kick open that.
Look, I didn't tell you your fucking thing yet, Chief.
Sorry.
Taking a closer look at the door, at the very top of the door, like, you know, your head isn't to the door frame, but if you stand on your tiptoes and pull yourself up a bit, you can see At the very top of the door frame, written in chalk, is a rune.
Oh fuck!
And it's small. Like, it's as detailed as you could get a small rune like that, writing with, like, a thing of chalk. It's tiny.
Okay. Is that also occult intelligence to try to see if I can recognize the rune?
Yeah, if Connor points it out to you, you can see if you can recognize the rune with occult intelligence. That is fine.
1 success.
4 successes.
With 4 successes, you would actually recognize it pretty easily. It's an old rune that, translated, the rune would just mean lock.
Can I wipe away, like, can I get, like, you know, a piece of paper or, like, a rag or something and kind of wipe away the rune?
You can kind of just grab the sleeve of your shirt, wipe it off really quick, and it wipes off easy enough.
All right. I'm going to wipe off the rune, and I'm going to look at Connor and go ahead and try that lock again.
I'm just going to try and turn the knob.
Door opens up just fine.
Fuck yeah.
Okay, as you guys head into the room, kind of Spartan. It's really sparse in here, but from the sound of it, you guys got the feeling that Shelly was kind of like permanent couch surfer. So, you know, inside kind of cluttered and unkempt. It's a mess for what little bit is there, but it's not filled with stuff. There's like a bed. There's no dresser. You're going to assume that everything is either on the which is more likely, or some stuff is hung up in the closet. So as you walk in, the bed would be forward and left, so its headboard is against the wall that you're facing. The bed coming out at you, but off to the left. To your immediate right is the closet. And there's really, like, there's no nightstand. It's mostly just clothes on the floor, you know, cluttered stuff, pens and trinkets, and just kind of bric-a-brac bullshit, old wrappers, food containers.
Where's Connor wrappers?
Face tattoos.
Connor's going to look around for any important shit.
You have to roll me an investigation and intelligence.
3 successes.
3. Connor?
2 successes.
So you both kind of come to a pretty easy conclusion. One of the first things you guys search is the mattress. And you flip over the mattress and find a small leather-bound journal, little brown leather-bound journal.
Anything else of significance in the house or in the room? Sorry.
Not that's standing out to you as you're just kind of tossing through stuff, you know, digging through clothes on the floor, popping open the closet, looking up on shelves.
So just the journal?
That's all you guys have found, yeah.
All right. Before we leave, are there any?
You found that in like some choice underwear.
Oh, I'm good. I don't need the choice underwear. I'm just gonna look around. Is there any other runes or any other like drawings or inscriptions on the walls or anything like that?
Roll me a second investigation check, looking specifically for that.
One success.
5 successes.
Yeah, you're not seeing any other runes or anything weird.
Nothing weird.
The
Okay.
only thing to note is that journal that's like shoved in between mattress, or the mattress and the box spring, whatever you call it.
I'm gonna look at Connor and go, I think we're about all we're gonna find here.
Let's get the fuck out of here.
Agreed.
We're gonna exit the same way we came, through the window.
Okay, you guys are climbing out through the window. You don't really have any problem, you know, popping back out, getting over to the side yard, coming back out to the car.
Okay. I'm gonna try and so that we don't have to stealth or anything on our way out.
I mean, you never have to stealth. If you'd like to, you can roll a stealth and see if it helps or whatever.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna do
as you're
that.
coming out of the out of the fenced area. I take it.
4 successes.
One
I'm gonna
success.
stealth.
Damn.
Okay. So yeah, you guys head out. You meet up with Grudge is standing outside the car. Sky is waiting, you know, ready to go. You guys
Yep.
were in there for about 35 minutes.
Anything
25,
seem,
35 minutes.
from what I can tell, does anything seem like in a hurry or anything?
No, they don't look like they're running out.
No,
I'm
I'll
gonna-
hop back in the back.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and hop into the driver's seat and go. Okay, guys, let's get out of here.
All right.
Anything of interest in the house?
We found something, but we'll discuss it after we're away from the house.
That's fair
Did
enough.
you guys take the journal?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yes, we did.
Okay.
Yeah. Connor's gonna wait until we're kind of on the road a little bit before we start, before I at least take off my mask and gloves and everything.
Sure. Where are you guys headed?
Probably to go pick up Rudolph and Squid.
Okay, so you guys are heading back to the bar?
Yeah, once we're a couple blocks away, I'm going to take the mask off because I don't want to look like a criminal driving down the street.
Sure.
Do
Yeah,
we
you
have
guys,
Rudolph's number?
you guys never said you got it.
The only person who I've actually spoken to in any length is Connor, so he's the only number I feel I would have.
Does anyone else have Rudolph or Squid's number?
I feel like we could just go back to the bar, right? We got to pick them up.
Okay, well, I was just trying to save time, but yeah, for sure.
Yeah, no, as you guys go back to the bar, it's safe enough. Carla is gone by the time you guys get in. You know, you guys walk back in, and Carla's like, hey, your friends are still over there. And you guys can see, you know, Squid and Rudolph kind of just hanging out there alone, because I take it you guys never left. You guys never had a reason to, really.
Yeah, we should all go talk somewhere.
I mean, we could go to my house.
That's not here.
Why don't we go back to the spot where I work? I got a key. He's not open tonight, but I got a key.
How do you know it's not open tonight? You don't even know what day it is.
Okay. Is the place where I work open tonight? Is there? Should I be at work right now?
I feel like it's gonna be open just to spite you.
Oh, I mean, would your work be open on a Tuesday?
Monday, Tuesday, slow night for bars unless they have a special event. Not always.
Slow, but not closed, and it's still after all that. So they spent 25 to 35 minutes in there. It's probably
About to close?
just past 11.
Yeah, about to close. The dive bars close around 11, 11:30, 12.
All right, I can accept this, I guess. Yeah, I think the ones in Grass Valley closed about that time.
On a Tuesday, maybe not a Friday or a Saturday.
Not a Friday or Saturday. They'll be open until like 2 in the morning, at
Sure.
least.
So you guys head back that way. You know, you get there no problem. The place is closing down, but you know they all know you. They wave you through.
I'll pull us all over to a section of the bar table.
Yeah, so you guys post up in the back corner.
All right, so how'd that go?
So we found some things.
We found something. What was more interesting was the rune that was used to lock the door.
Yeah, that was fucking weird.
Wait, what do you mean rune?
I'm going to take a piece of paper and I'm going to ask for someone if they have a pen or a pencil.
Easy enough. Yeah, you can find a pen. Somebody's got a pen.
Am I going to have to roll to see if I can draw this thing?
No, it's a pretty basic rune. Runes aren't super complex, and you were pretty familiar with it, so you have no problem writing it up.
I basically draw it back up. I go, it's the rune for the lock, and I'm going to slide the paper into the middle of the table.
Does the paper become locked?
It does not.
I didn't use chalk. I didn't use any of the way to activate the rune. I'm just showing you what the rune looks like. Basically, the rune was on the top of the door, and it basically made it so that even with a lockpick set, nothing would allow the door to open until the rune itself was removed.
I can pick a fucking lock, and I cannot get that shit open.
All right. So other than this room, what did y'all
I don't even
find?
know shit.
I'm going to pull out the leather journal and set it down on the table. I go, we have not opened it. We have not looked what's in here. It looks like a leather journal of some kind. It was the only thing we could find in the room.
I say we read it all together.
Other than some sexy undies that I thought about grabbing for Rudolph, but I was afraid he'd have a heart attack.
By the way, Rudolph, actually, do we know that Rudolph was trying to hit on her yet?
No.
No, I haven't filled you in.
Also,
Yes.
weren't
What
the,
did you guys do while we were gone?
He's the most straight-laced. That's the only reason why I said it.
oh, okay. I also, but what, never mind. Don't worry about it.
So, Squid, what happened while we were gone?
I talked to Carl for a bit. We talked to Carla for a bit. I kind of feel bad. I threw Rudolph here under the bus a little bit, but it wasn't on purpose. we had a moment. She was about to leave. Said the first thing came out of my mind. We tried to buy you as much time as we could. I think we did an okay job at it, but I was a little worried.
It was
Yeah,
touch
so
and
was
go
I.
there for a little bit.
So was I. That's why we slashed her tires and took extra quick time and didn't stay long in the house.
Shit, did you?
Maybe.
Yeah. By the way, she's got a boyfriend.
Oh, okay.
So she's, I mean, the fact that she wanted to stick around, I mean, hey, she's probably a freak, you know?
Oh, what I saw in her room when I searched it, yeah,
She's definitely a freak.
Oh, you didn't tell me about that. Fuck. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Can we get back to the point? So you found a rune, and was there anything else in the house? We've got a dead girl here and a mystery we need to solve.
Yeah, we do. Let's crack open this fucking journal.
The only thing I could find was the journal. We thoroughly tossed the room. There was nothing else there except clothes. The rest of the house was very plain, very just normal. So this was the only thing that was there. So I'm going to crack it open and see if I could take a look at it, see what's in there.
As you go to open the journal does not open.
Any runes inscribed on it?
There's a small lock on the front of it. You can roll an investigation and intelligence to see if you see any of the similar runes or anything.
3 successes.
Nada.
What did you have him roll for that?
Investigation.
And
Intelligence.
Right, he's
can get
not trying to open it.
wait, what are you doing, Connor? What were you doing, Connor?
Well, if Jack's investigation skills can't figure that shit out, then I doubt mine will, but I'll give it a go.
And Squid, what did you say? Tell me about it. Okay.
Real quick, can I
You
see if I can pull up if I can remember the rune to open? Since we have the
Yeah,
rune.
roll me a cult and intelligence. Colin, your 2 successes, you're not seeing nothing.
Is it a normal lock?
As far as you can tell, this is like a really basic lock, like a kid's journal fucking lock.
Can I try to pick it open?
Yeah, larceny and dexterity. Jack, what'd you
Okay.
get?
4 successes.
4 successes. You remember the rune for open, but as you go and kind of draw it up on the front, nothing.
Fuck. 0 successes. And 5 die.
You, like as simple of a lock as this is, it's just not happening for you.
Can I try to break it?
I'm gonna try to before you snap and break. I go here. Can I borrow those lock picks and just give it a shot?
Sure.
Larceny dexterity +1.
Yeah. That would be 3 successes.
Same kind of thing he was describing before. The way this mechanism should work, none of the right bits are there. It's not working.
Look for a lock rune. Look for a lock rune.
I'm gonna obviously at the front, looking on the back, the spine, anywhere within this thing.
Does anyone have a UV light or maybe a little bit of fire?
I know where we can. I can totally get us a blacklight. We use one to check IDs. Here, let me get the book, and I can take. If I can take the book, I can go over to where we would check IDs and hold it up. Because a blacklight, because the IDs are
You
UV.
go over, you run it through the black light. Nothing that you can see.
I'll bring it back and go nothing.
You try and break that shit.
Can I?
I'm gonna look over at Squid and go. I know some bars have like blackboards and stuff. Is there any chalk here by chance?
You guys
maybe.
don't have there's not a blackboard. Your guys is like tapless board. It's super modern, hip. Like it's a blackboard, but it's with dry erase marker.
Fuck.
Too modern. The other bar would have had it. This bar, not so much.
Do I have any chalk in my car?
Do
Do you have any children?
So. Chalk's weird. Chalk's like a
Right,
weird.
but he does draw, so
Yeah, it would be weird though. You're right.
Yeah, it's fair.
Does anybody have any children? Maybe they'll have some chalk.
I have one in my pocket here. A child,
children?
not chalk. Yeah, children.
8 children in your pocket.
I have 8 children in my pocket.
I have a single unit of children in my pocket.
That's
So,
one whole pocket.
A deeper dive into the spine and just really kind of looking around for any indentations or anything in the leather. Not so much a rune itself, but just what?
Something funky, anything amiss? Yeah. Did you roll for it?
Not yet.
Yeah, intelligence investigation.
Well, that's promising.
All right.
8 successes.
There's nothing.
Wow.
What a waste.
You are sure of it that there is nothing.
Oh, what a waste.
I mean, you firmly eliminated an option. No doubt in your mind. There is nothing special as far as your eyes and hands and everything can tell. This is a leather-bound journal with a very, very basic lock on it.
Can I try and roll lockpicking again?
Sure.
I don't think that's going to help. Real quick, I'm going to look over at Squid. And can I borrow your lighter?
Yeah, I did say that before if anyone had a little bit of flame.
I'll pull it out of my pocket and hand it
I
to
have a
him.
lighter. Yeah.
Yes, you
I
did.
have a
Grudge.
lighter, just no cigarettes. I was out.
My 2 successes of lockpicking did nothing, Devin?
Nada.
Okay.
And I'm going to acknowledge Grudge and go, yes, you did. And that's why I'm going to try this now, because you did mention fire. So I'm going to try to spark the lighter and try to run the flame close to the journal to see if I pick up anything.
Yeah, you spark the lighter, no problem. Hold it up to the journal. Hold it up to the journal. Hold it up to the journal. The thing won't catch. And after you pull the lighter away and feel your hand around it, it's not even warm to the touch. All right, what language are the runes in? The runes, it's
Norse?
No, it's an old German rune, but you know it's not anything like traditional. It's weird, offset, small sect, small tribe kind of thing.
Like the barbarous.
I'm going to look at Squid and go, so that it didn't react to heat. I'm going to go, Squid, do you have a kitchen?
Yeah, we got a small one in the back.
Does anyone know how to speak the language of these said runes? I'm not quite sure how they work.
Has anybody?
Well, there's no runes on this. The only thing on the front of the journal, written across it in like it's like a piece of tape, like a piece of masking tape with marker. It just says lore, English, plain English lore. All right, but your opening rune there, Jack. I'm not sure if I even believe in this kind of thing, but how does it work? Do you need to yell at it? How does this hocus pocus work?
So as far as I'm aware with the runes, they when they are inscribed on a door or on a particular object,
you would know because of your success in that, Jack. There is a very small ritual to it, like an incantation and a totem of power, or a bit of sage, or different incantations like this will have different materials. Something small like a lock would take 2-3 minutes to set up. There are like bigger incantations that'll take days, weeks.
Well, is there an incantation for the open as well?
The incantation for the open, it's a small little thing.
I'll give it a shot.
Yeah, I feel like if voodoo's what we're dealing with, roll me occult intelligence to see if you remember the full rites for the.
Is that voodoo or hoodoo?
What kind
of different things? I'm glad you know that. That's why we're friends, Colin.
What kind of
good
animal was this leather derived from?
As far as you can tell, it's just normal leather. 4 successes on knowing the incantation. Yeah, you know it. You just need a little bit of salt, lime, things you can get here, and to drop the sigil and say some words of power.
Salt and
very
lime.
Germanic things.
It's a Corona journal. Hell yeah.
I'm gonna be like Squid. I'm gonna need some ingredients from the bar. If you could hook me up there.
Yeah, what do you need?
I'm gonna need some salt, some lime, maybe a tequila.
Hey, if we're having some tequila, I'd like to get in on this as well.
I will take a bourbon.
No, but no, I will need some salt and lime as well as some various whatever.
I'd
Yeah.
still like a tequila.
It's good.
and
You
a
have no
bourbon.
problem just like grabbing that stuff for him really quick. If you
And
want to
a
get
bottle
a drink.
on the way back.
All right,
I
and a
wasn't
bottle of
joking
tequila.
about that bourbon.
So he comes back with your salt, your lime, your bottle of tequila. You
It's
take
my
2
bottle of
minutes.
Tequila.
Oh, his bottle of tequila. Fuck
Well,
y'all.
Yeah. No, I've set it down. Some shot glasses too.
By the way, like as he was asking for that bourbon, you guys noticed Connor is starting to shake a little bit.
We're gonna go with intelligence medicine. See if I understand. Is it just a withdrawal or what's going on?
What is he taking?
Well, he took the pill earlier, and then he had some booze.
Yeah, that'll be 9 successes.
Yeah.
Yeah, his
so
hand
well,
is
you
like when he's going like
know
this,
what's
asking
going
for
on.
bourbon.
Yeah. You can see it. You know what's going on. It's your call whether you want to say anything, do anything. But
I'm just gonna look at you and go, "You all right?"
Yeah, a bourbon. And his hand's like,
I'm
I'll
gonna look
get
at
up-
Squid
I'll
and
get
go,
up and
"He
go
needs
and-
bourbon."
I'll get him a bourbon. On the rocks to straight.
Well, to me, it just looks like
Rocks.
he's coming down from his adrenaline high from the heist,
Yeah,
Or-
that's
or
what
from-
it is.
or from speaking of the unmentionables of the young lady.
That's a different kind of high.
Got him
So
all
as Squid
excited.
walks off to go and get his bourbon, Jack starts up the little ritual and incantation. It's all very strange hoodoo voodoo kind of stuff to you guys. It's none of you are overly familiar with anything like this.
"Can I?" Sorry.
Go ahead.
When you're saying like you're not specifying whether it's voodoo or hoodoo, but there's distinct difference.
To you guys, that's about what it is. This is actually a little Germanic rite. It's not
Okay,
voodoo
sorry.
or hoodoo. Just you're getting lost in the
Sorry.
language.
The
being used.
theater of the mind.
Right. So yeah, to you guys, this is just him doing some weirdness. But Jack, as you go through, it takes 2 minutes to complete the rite. You go through and you can actually you get your mystic tummy rumblies. You feel that thrum in your tumbly, like something happened,
Mhm.
but the journal does not open.
That's interesting. So something happened, but it did not open the journal.
Yes, like the energy was transferred, but
I'm while he's doing that, I'm just gonna look at the guys and say, "Oh, I hate this part," and I'm gonna pick up the journal with my unprotected hand. And I'm going to use what is this here? I'm gonna use psychometry here.
okay. Describe it for me a little bit.
Let's see here. It costs 1 willpower, and let me bring up the second sight book because I have it. Basically, when I touch an object, I get the history of said object.
Depending on the amount of successes you get, yes.
Correct. All right. So let me just. I definitely have a roll here. I just want to make sure I'm doing it right. I wrote notes down what the rolls are, but not what they mean. Oh. Let's see here. All right. Give me a 100% here. Yeah, right. So the history of a physical objects, also known as object reading.
And what's your roll going to be for it?
It looks like dice pool is Wits plus composure.
Okay, go ahead and roll it.
How does it work depending on the dots?
The dots are just the strength of the power.
The dots are what your power can do. So there's actually a second thing your power can do if I gave you the second ability.
All right, fair
That's all I
enough.
sent you.
Wits plus composure. So I just roll wits plus composure, yeah?
Yes, sir.
All right, here we go. Wish me luck.
Good luck.
Nothing.
Luke.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 successes.
Okay. As you place your hand on the book and close your eyes, that familiar feeling of when you do this starts to rush over, and a flash of images starts to take hold in your mind. The things you see the murder victim holding the book out in the woods. You see the murder victim running with the book, but you can't tell from what. You see the murder victim shouting at 2 people in robes as they flee her. And you see the sigil. Actually, your character has not seen the sigil yet, has he?
He is not.
Okay, I will. It's one of the. I will show you the sigil when I get the scans back. But
fair enough.
You see the sigil.
He has seen the sigil. Everyone in this group has seen the sigil.
Yeah, because Rudolph drew it out.
Yeah, but not very
only
closely
that,
though.
Remember when I grabbed the cloak from one of the runners? The sigil was
had the sigil on
Oh,
it.
that's
On
right.
the pin. Okay, yeah. If you've seen the pin,
Everybody's seen the sigil.
I've showed everyone the pin, so I still have the pin, by the way. But
roll me a while you're doing this, Eduardo, as an add-on to it for me. Roll me a wits check really quick.
Just the one success.
Okay. Yeah, that's what you see.
All right. Okay, so I don't see anything on how she opened it or anything like that, right? Just that. All right.
Just that this book was with her a lot. Like, this wasn't the kind of thing she wrote in at night. This was the kind of book she took with her, from what you can tell, every.
I just saw Clifton's pussy for the first time ever.
All right.
But yeah, this was an important book to her. Like, seemed to go with her. Everywhere.
So what ends up happening is Dr. Grudge touches the book. He closes his eye, concentrates a bit, and he grimaces, mostly because it's uncomfortable, and just a little bit of blood is coming off the side of his eye, and he just starts talking and starts describing. I see the girl. She's running through the woods with this book. I'm not exactly sure where or from what, but she's chasing the same hooded people or things that we chased, and yelling after them, and again, I'm just getting that sigil.
Eduardo, just to clarify a little bit, the images you saw were not necessarily. You don't get the feeling that those images were one after the other. They were all completely separate instances.
No, that's fair. Yeah.
Okay, just making sure you have that clarification. That's not like you get the feeling that's not one thing that leads to one whole story. This was the passage of time.
Yeah. So because of how they come to him, he just describes them as is. Right.
I'm just making sure that you know. So
yeah.
Wait, what do you mean you see these things?
I'm not sure how it works. I just know that in the past, if I touch something and concentrate, I get. I like to call it amped up intuition. I've been trying to find a scientific explanation for this, and I can't find one at all. But I tend to get a little bit of an idea of where a thing has been and what it's been through. I was hoping it would help us open it up, but all I can tell you is this very much belonged to the lovely lady that was murdered. However, I'm not sure how Miss Jacobs was opening it or any sort of mechanic to get this thing open.
Well, there's one last thing I'd like to try if you guys are game.
And then Grudge is going to sit the fuck down and have some tequila.
I don't blame you. That's an interesting little skill you got there. I'm going to ask for the book back, and I'm going to go. We're going to do we're going to replay a scene from Lord of the Rings, and I'm going to head to the kitchen. It worked for the ring. Let's see if it works for the book.
Wait, who here has read Lord of the Rings?
Nice.
That was in character. Oh, okay.
That's the movie with the wizards and the dragon, right?
I think so.
Basically, the ring wouldn't show its message until it was covered in fire. So we're going to cover this book in fire.
I feel like it's made out of paper. Maybe you shouldn't cover it in fire.
Well,
Yeah.
I took a lighter to it and it didn't even get warm to the touch.
That's a leather cover.
I'm not going to say I'm going to completely just set it on the burner, but I'm going to try a little more heat, see what happens.
All right, fair enough, I guess. Just remember, this is
unless,
all.
Unless someone's got a better idea.
I'm just saying this is the best link we have right now to this mystery. The best clue, I would say.
Can I just try and fucking break it?
That may be a good idea.
Yeah, let's try the breaking before the fire.
Go for it.
One will for sure destroy it. Sounds like.
All right, Devin, what do I roll?
What are you trying to do?
Trying to break the lock.
The lock with physical strength.
Strength plus brawl.
Oh, okay.
What would you call it, Clifton? You gave me a weird look.
I don't know. I just thought brawl sounded weird. I'm not sure what would be better.
Brawl does sound weird, but you're hitting it with a something, and that's brawl, unless he wants to like hit it with a knife, in which case it's weaponry. It's not athletics.
Yeah. 2 successes. Yeah.
Well, I mean, if we're not worried about damaging it, I can shoot the lock.
I thought it was larceny. I would have thought larceny is my thought.
Well, larceny is to pick it. Larceny to me is more of a finesse skill. This is
tried
just
that already.
a thing real hard.
All right, I think he's gonna hit it.
All right, I had 2 successes for trying to break it.
Nada.
I mean, I can try to shoot the lock and see if I can break the lock.
Just try and run it over with my car.
All right, I mean, maybe we could place this in a garment. It'll be like a tiny bulletproof vest at this point.
Put it right over my heart.
You don't have one, right?
You get shot and the book opens
Ouch.
up and lets the bullet pass through you freely.
I might be a bad guy, but I got a heart in there somewhere.
It's just very small.
Just because you're a bad guy doesn't mean you're a bad guy. All right.
We are running low on time, so let me do this. You set the book on fire. You put the book right on the burner, and the flame goes around the book. The book does not burn. The book does not heat up. The book nothings. The book completely ignores the fire. You guys we'll montage it. You guys do a couple of tests. You hit it with knives. It starts getting fun. It becomes a challenge to see who can do something that would clearly destroy. Right, like what could clearly destroy a shitty leather-bound book? Nothing. You even take it out back by the dumpster and put a round into it. Nothing. The book's not dented. The book's not hurt. The book's not scuffed. The book doesn't give a fuck that you guys are trying to open this book right now.
I'd like to take this back to my lab tomorrow and just take a closer look at the materials it's made out of.
Let me try something real quick. And I know this seems weird.
Put your pants back on, son.
Can I fuck
Oh,
the
sorry.
book?
Hold on. Let me do that first. Sorry, I was peeing. You want to hold it for me?
Yeah, the book is so you don't get pee on it.
Oh, no, I meant my wiener. Anyways.
I knew what you meant. No.
Connor's going to grab the book and he's going to try 2 things. He's going to say, lore. No, okay. And then the second thing he's going to do is say, open, please.
I think you're supposed to say sesame.
Can I
Open
look
Sesame.
up how to say that
Open Journally.
in the language in that language?
Well, you know,
That's a good idea.
I like to say that it's late. We're all a bit tired.
It'd be a Germanic derivative, correct?
Yeah, it would be. You're not really finding anything that would suit you online, even before a roll. It's a pretty dead. Like, this is something that he has chanced upon in a book he read because he succeeded so well. This is not like a casual Sunday on Wikipedia.
Yeah,
now, mind you, when we were doing all these tests, that like little note at the top that said lore, did that get affected at all?
Nope.
Can we try and peel it off?
The whole time you guys are trying big, extravagant things, everything Sky is trying to get underneath this tape. Using fingernails for way too long, getting a knife and trying to wedge it under there, trying to scrape at it with a tooth. No, that's like the best masking tape ever. You wish there was a label on it so you knew what brand it was and you could buy it.
I wish I could use this on my hair. It would always be perfect.
All right, so yeah, it's getting late and we're all tired. What say we
early.
No, it's close to past midnight now. I said we sleep on it. Some of us are more tired than others, and we reconvene in the morning. Well, more like afternoon. I got some classes to teach and lectures to give in the morning.
Should we maybe consider taking this to the library?
I do think we need to have a little bit more research done on what's going on here. Let's not forget we have festivities tomorrow evening. At least 3 of us do. We gotta retrieve a certain object for a certain Smokey-like individual.
Oh
yeah, that's right. I gotta help you with that too.
Yeah, it's starting to itch a bit, and I'd rather it not go on too long.
Also, the library's closed now, as if it weren't already.
Well, I meant tomorrow, but yeah. Let's take care of your shit first, because that's pretty pressing.
Well, I got a 12-hour shift, so I'll let you know when I'm done.
Yeah, let's all exchange phone numbers so we don't have any more little faux pas in communication.
That's a good idea. And by the way, I don't have anything going on at all tomorrow. Do you want me to just go pay the fortune tell lady a visit on my own? Or does anybody else have the day off tomorrow?
I don't do anything. I just got to town. Also, saying which, DM, can we say that I don't have a place to stay because I just got to town again?
Yeah.
Any of you boys have a place I can stay?
Oh, God.
I've got a sofa if you don't touch my shit.
That teach your young student sounds appropriate.
Thing going on there. Oh boy!
Is it good look?
Hey,
is
Chris,
a character?
are you a mandatory reporter?
I don't know. No, at that point, I'm a college professor. At that point, they're adults, and it's just frowned upon.
On that note, does anyone have anywhere I could stay tonight? That would be fucking great.
I mean, I've seen your skills in stealing, but the same answer.
Same rule applies. I got a sofa if you don't touch my shit.
I think I'm a decent guy.
I feel like "don't touch my shit" is just.
Didn't Connor have a good-looking character?
He's got presence, but I think with Connor, it's more like negative presence. Probably.
Oh, by the way, I'm the prettiest in the group. I just want to put that out there.
Well, so what we decided was I have the intimidating sex appeal. He's got the like famous kind of celebrity sex appeal, and Rudolph has that like
shabby elegance.
Yeah, it's kind of like it's kind of like a little eclectic, but it does a thing for some people.
I think Connor's got more of like a Tom Hardy thing going on, you know. he's like still good looking, but he's kind of like a little scary, you know.
People
like a piece of shit.
They don't want to admit it.
I imagine Dr. Grudge, John Cleese with a southern accent.
I go with Dr. Grudge, seeing as he looks good, and yeah, we'll go with that.
Okay.
All right. And on that note, storytellers, there's something you'd like to close out the evening with?
Don't put Twinkies on your pizza. No, we're good.
All right.
That doesn't sound half
Thanks
bad.
for joining
You are
us
not
for
my father.
No, I'm not. Thanks for joining us for episode 4 of Carpenter. Tune in next week. Check us out live Tuesday nights here on YouTube. On that note, bye.
Bye.
Bye.